What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we are taking a look today at Chris Drury and the Broadway Blueshirts. The New York Rangers have been linked to some really big impact players this summer via trade, free agency. We're going to go over those today. So let's start off with the big one, being Pierre-Luc Dubois' name has been rumored and connected to the New York Rangers organization. Obviously, you guys know that video I made last week about Dubois wanting to test the free agency waters in 2024 and is probably headed for the Montreal Canadiens. Again, everybody's going to the Habs until they don't, right? So when I look at this situation, this is something that is pretty seismic. Now, here's the catch. The Rangers could get Pierre-Luc Dubois, but there's two problems. The first one being he's going to test the free agency waters in 2024 and likely not return to the Rangers. That's the first thing. And two is the price. The price for the Rangers would be very expensive for a guy that is only going to be there for 2 seasons, but they do get 2 seasons out of him. So if they win a Stanley Cup or 2, oh God, that made my heart stop for a second, but just the thought of the Rangers lifting the cup in the next 2 years. But is it worth trading Capo Caco and Nils Lundqvist? And, I mean, if it does come to it, would it be a Keandre Miller? Like, is it worth it to get Dubois? Now, here's the problem with Dubois, and everybody forgets this part. He's a big, splashy, he's the sexy name out there, but he has had problems. We know that obviously last season he was incredible for the Jets, no doubt about that, but can he keep that up the next 2 years, and let alone in a market like New York that is extremely aggressive? And, every little thing you do will be scrutinized. You ask anybody that plays on the Rangers or even the Islanders for that matter, you really have to be able to handle the bright lights there in Manhattan. So I think it's a great fit, honestly, especially with Gerard Gallant behind the bench. But I do think it's rather interesting. This is the report, though, from NRD. The Rangers have been in talks to acquire Pierre-Luc Dubois from the Jets. They also mentioned that Kakko would have to be the main piece going back to Winnipeg. And that's what I want to talk about, too, a little bit. Because what is the deal for Dubois? Is it, what are you looking at here? Because I know I've had a video a couple months back talking about Scheifele to the Rangers. And I thought that was a pretty good fit. But the problem is with Dubois, he's going to test the free agency waters, so there's no real guarantee he's not re-signing with the Rangers in 2 years. So, it's one of those things where Chris Drury would have to make that decision this summer. And the Jets are asking for a return. And the question is, what is the limit of the